Hi, I'm Jim Jonathan, and today I'm out here at Big Sky Bible Camp. We're here to explore and see what life is like on the security team out here. So come with me and let's explore. Nance? Brian?
Come in.
Come in.
Hi, I'm Jim.
Hi, Officer Patricia.
Officer Patricia.
Officer Dexter.
Dexter, nice to
Nice
meet
to
you.
meet you.
Mind if we sit down and ask you some questions?
Grab a seat.
Oh, perfect. Now I'm here on behalf of Big Sky Bible Camp. We have noticed you guys are doing quite a good job on security this year.
We try.
And we are wondering, what kind of things do you look for? What kind of rules are there?
This big book of rules, this is really what the campers need to know for the whole week. So, let me just show you a couple things in here. We just have this list of rules, and really, the one thing that we're seeing a lot of these days, which I know it's hard for us to believe this, but kids are on their cell phones all the time.
All the time.
Wow.
Yeah.
I kid you not. There's not been a week that goes by that these campers are not out there doing their Googles and Instagrams and all up on those Facebooks and things like that. So that's been a real big issue for us.
I imagine. What kind of instances do you have with this?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, let me tell you a story. So last summer we had this little boy. He couldn't have been much more than, I don't know, 10 or 11 or something, and he had his phone. Can you believe it? Sitting out here in the yard. He was on his phone just doing the Google, and I had to go up to him, take his phone, and I threw it from right down here all the way down into the lake. And you know what? I think that kid is better for it.
Wow. Wow. We thank you for your service here at Big Sky. Perfect. Now, what's another rule you have here at Big Sky Bible Camp?
One thing that we really need campers to do is stay on their own sides or their own areas. We want girls to be no further over than the Gaga pit and boys to be no further over than the snack shop unless they're accompanied by a counselor.
Perfect. Thank you. Do you have any instances of campers who are trying to break that rule?
Yeah, there have been times when boys or girls have thought that it would be prudent to go over into the other gender's area, but really we put a stop to that pretty quickly. Sleeps tonight. Oh, Patty!
Have you heard Officer Dexter lately?
What, with his guitar?
Yeah, he's trying to learn to play the guitar. He was singing in the jungle earlier. Oh my word, it was awful.
Oh.
Patty!
We know you have more things to keep us safe as campers as we enjoy our weeks here. So what's another one?
One other thing that we really need campers to do is stay out of the kitchen. And there are a couple areas that they really shouldn't be, but we really don't want them in the kitchen, we don't want them in the trash shed, just because those are areas that they shouldn't be in.
Can you give me any specific examples of things like these?
Yeah, one year we had a boys' cabin sneak out while their counselor was asleep, and they managed to get all the way over to the kitchen and break in, and you wouldn't believe it, but they ate all the bread and a couple eggs and drank a bunch of milk. And you know, those three ingredients, our cook uses those to make French toast, my favorite breakfast at camp. And they ate so much bread, you wouldn't believe it, but we didn't have breakfast that morning. There was no, oh my, that's what I look forward to all week. The French toast. And there wasn't any French toast. None. You know how that made me feel all week?
French toast. Oh, thanks. But you have to get it first.
Oh, let me. Tissue.
All right.
Yeah, so
we're moving on.
That's not a good thing when campers go where they're not supposed to. And we've also got some other areas that we really just don't want the campers going without a counselor. And let me tell you some of those places. We don't want them at the rock wall, the archery range, the riflery range, the ropes course, or waterfront. Those 5 areas can prove hazardous. So we don't want campers going unless they've got a counselor with them. This is Dexter.
Hello, Dexter?
No, Dexter. D-E-X-T-E-R. Dexter.
Hi, Dexter. What are you calling me for?
You called me, sir.
Oh, yeah. Officer, there's an old man at, a young man in a ropes, there's a girl at the ropes course. I don't think she has her counselor with her.
You're sure about that?
She was hanging from the ropes.
Oh my word. Thank you, sir. I'll go take care of that. Thank you very much. You naughty camper! You know you're not supposed to be here on your own.
Perfect. We thank you once again for your services, even at the high cost of no French toast in the mornings. Again, I know there's probably more rules here at Big Sky. Tell me, what's another one?
Really, the dress code has proved to be tough these last couple of years. There's just a lot of rules that we want to be abiding by here at camp so that we're not distracted and we can bring glory to God in all that we do. So we have a dress code that's pretty well lined out, and your counselors will be able to help you navigate that throughout the week.
Perfect. And do you have any specific examples where you've had problems with dress code in the past or anything like that?
You know, there are too many examples for me to even get started, but let me tell you one. We had this young man who was wearing a shirt much too small for him, exposing well above his belly button.
Young man! That is not appropriate. We're gonna need a little adjustment here. Pull your pants up.
And I had to remedy the situation because it was getting out of control. So we took a roll of duct tape down and strapped his shirt to his pants so that we couldn't see anything that would be against the dress code.
Perfect. Thank you. And again, I know that there's more, so please keep going and tell us more about these rules.
Another thing we don't allow here at camp is PDA, or public displays of affection. Examples of that would be holding hands or going on canoe rides that might be a little romantic.
Oh, remember that one time those kids went canoeing?
I sure do remember that time.
Oh, care to tell us about it?
I would love to. Nothing brings me more joy than telling this story. A few years back out in the lagoon, they were going for an evening canoe ride, and
Not okay.
they seemed to be having a little too friendly of conversation, so I snuck up on them and jumped on their canoe and tipped it right over.
Wow, you are quite heroic.
I don't think it was quite the romantic ending they intended for that evening.
I bet you're right. Now, what else do you have here at Big Sky Bible Camp?
We want our campers to be where they're supposed to be. So if their counselors have the rest of their cabin somewhere, all the campers need to be there with them. That goes for mealtime and chapel time, Bible class, all those things. We need our campers to be where their counselors are at and where they're supposed to be. Another thing that we really want our campers to be doing is wearing closed-toed shoes when they're doing field games, or on a ropes course, or doing various other activities. If they're instructed to wear closed-toed shoes, they need to be wearing closed-toed shoes just because it prevents injury.
Perfect. I mean, thank you for that. Now, right as we were wrapping up here, is there any other rules, anything else that we should know as we come here to Big Sky Bible Camp to enjoy our summer here?
Really, this is the most important rule, and that's that the campers have fun. We just want them to be safe doing it, and so that's why we've laid out all these other rules for them to follow.
Perfect. Thank you, Officer Dexter. Thank you for spending your time, Officer Patricia. With that, we conclude our interview. Be safe and have a great week at Big Sky Bible Camp.